Oh, shit. We're live, baby. Episode 66, motherfucker.
What's up, everybody?
We're here. We're there.
We're everywhere. We're everywhere, motherfuckers.
Episode 66, motherfucker. What's up, everybody? I don't know if I want to share it to all my friends. Maybe just to the WWE fans.
Maybe that's a good idea.
If you don't mind.
That's okay, Fred.
Because the girl I saw tonight that I work with, she was like listening to the podcast a while ago. And she thought that I had sex with a prostitute. And I'm like, she really thought I did that. I'm like, no, dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not good, bro.
I know. Yeah. I mean, she's cool, but like, I'm like, why did you never bring this up to me before, ever, you know? So.
Because it didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen. Christopher Cruz, what's up?
Alright, guys, welcome to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
I'd stay and watch, but I'm literally about to leave to drive to Texas.
Oh, cool.
Come on, Sparrow. Watch and drive at the same time.
You know what you can do? You can follow us on Twitter, and then you can follow and rewatch the replay later.
That's a true story.
Or you can listen to the audio while you drive to Texas.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, interact. You can listen to us talk.
That's what most people do.
Yeah. They don't like interacting with us.
No.
Don't be you're a sparrow flying.
You said that's true. All right, cool, man. Cool.
Stay with us, Sparrow.
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
Don't fly away, Sparrow.
Christopher Cruz.
Back in 1979, I gave a Chief J. Strongbow a hand job.
Oh, man.
So
Chief J. Strongbow was like fucking hairy. Did you get mad pubes on your fingers?
Mad pubes.
Mad pubes.
Mad pubes.
Was it like a... What did your hand look like after that hand job? Did it look like a custard pie?
Ugh.
Just curious.
Probably looked like a Brillo pad. Well, Hillbilly Jim was sucking me off. So fucking random.
The Iron Sheik was saying, fucking bullshit!
I like you, Tongo. Thanks for tuning in.
Tango.
Would you fill us up all with fucking Fireball?
Yeah. No. Tennessee honey.
Oh. Ugh.
What do you think India Styles going to fight? The two something. Bill Jim was sucking you off. You had a lot of fucking weird hillbilly shit going on. We're going to talk about AJ Styles. We know that he just got a match with Jinder Mahal at SmackDown this coming week. We will address all of that.
Oh, we don't have we didn't like have a rundown or anything, but whatever, we'll figure it out. All right, we're gonna go live.
We gotta address some things first.
Well, Fred wants to undress a few things as well.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
This microphone is just pissing me off.
Just give me a second. I don't want to block my face. I want everyone to see my face.
When Tony Atlas walked on my face.
Jesus Christ.
I like this guy.
I thought I was
gay.
Experimental.
Sure. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. That was a weird intro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't even have anything funny to say because you just totally threw me off there. For once, you threw me off.
Yeah, that's not how this thing usually goes, man. It's usually you throwing me off. That's what we do.
That's true. I like to throw you off, but whatever. My name is Fred Robinson. What up, though?
I'm Craig Dixon. Welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast, episode 66.
Hosang.
We are here to talk about wrestling. There was a lot of good things this week, I would say.
Specifically of the WWE variety.
Well, yeah, we don't talk about anything else, really.
Yeah.
A little bit of NXT, but that's pretty much it. And make fun of... And we make fun of TNA when we can, or Global Force Wrestling, or whatever fucking identity crisis they're going through this week.
Jeff Jefferson rehab. No, that's not really funny, but whatever. Well, fuck us.
All right, so I think we are ready to start talking about Survivor Series is coming up, man. We got a couple weeks till Survivor Series.
Yeah, Survivor Series. Survivor Series, a series of survival, if you will.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
is that all you had?
No. I mean, it's that great time of year. We're excited for Survivor Series. SummerSlam is done. Now we're on to the next major pay-per-view. That's a lot is happening. Unfortunately, a lot is happening in the wrestling realm of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
As well. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, we should be excited for Survivor Series, but we're not right now.
Yeah, we're not. And why is that, Fred?
Well, I hate to plug them, but the Wrestling Nerds Alliance, they like to throw things here and there out and stuff, and usually we're cool, but I asked them a question on their hashtag.
Well, wait. Now, didn't we start this whole let's ask a question #AskWWP before we do our shows, and then pretty much all of our PWO brothers stole the same thing?
Well, I guess.
Anyways.
It's debatable.
Now, Fred, what was your question to the Wrestling Nerds Alliance?
I simply asked, what do you think of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast Sexy Beasts? Simple question.
He's talking about us.
Us?
Yeah.
We're sexy beasts.
Yeah.
I am sexy. I'm like Velveteen Dream.
That is the worst example I could have ever chosen.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because he's...
I'll just let that stay out.
Glittery?
I'll just let that sit there. Now, Fred, what... Now,
I asked a simple question, right?
Simple question.
I wanted to know how they felt about me. Sometimes I need validation, Craig. Sometimes I'm not the most confident man in the world. Sometimes I need to know from other people that, besides you, because you make fun of me all the time, that sometimes I need to know that, people like me, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So
what did they have to say? What nice things did they say about you, Fred?
They called me John Favreau.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice. You're relating to me to a mediocrely looking movie star / director. It could be worse.
Yeah,
it could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Fuck you, Fred.
It's true. But then they said that not only do I look like John Favreau, but I look like John Favreau after a really, 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 really bad Coke binge.
I can see it.
But what does that mean? Does that mean I'm a skinnier version of him? Do I look sickly? Am I fucking not...
I think they made you look a little deranged.
Like, okay, like you think I'm not like, I'm not cool enough for the Wrestling Nerds Alliance, I guess,
I mean...
They know a lot more about Coke than I do. I know about this Coke.
They know a lot more about uncool people than we do.
They know a lot more about people that are home invaders. Specifically, a guy that looks like fucking Berserker.
You mean Bill DeMott? Are we talking about Bill here?
He thought it was humorous to come to your house. Nonetheless. So, I was a little taken back. I was hurt. My feelings were hurt, Craig.
Okay.
I teared up a little bit in the car.
Yeah.
I heard.
Now, Fred, I didn't listen to this.
You didn't listen?
No, I don't listen to...
Christopher Cruz saying drugged out. I don't think I'm drugged out.
I don't listen to, what's the word? Nerds! I don't listen to nerds. Sorry, I don't listen to them.
You listen to good podcasts.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I don't listen to any.
But then, they didn't stop there, Craig.
Oh, really? What'd they say? What'd they have to say?
I'm sure they
had nice compliments for me, right?
They always do. Because you are you're not a nice person, but you're a person that I know.
I'm a person.
You're a person.
Yes.
And that's the point, is that you're a person.
Yes.
And, last week on the show, you alluded to the fact that you may or may not be like about 5'6", which is fine.
Yep.
When we were discussing what type of wrestlers we would be.
Right. We were talking about our potential gimmicks.
Yeah.
Right.
So they decided to take a shot at you, saying that you're short enough that you need to sit on a goddamn phone book. White pages.
And
that's just like
there's so much to digest with that statement.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm already the one poking fun at myself, so you're just going on a joke I already started with, nerds? Is that what you're doing, nerds? All right. Well, let me show you something, Rob.
Whoa, what's he doing?
There's no phone book here, bitch.
Oh! Shit. It's in his fucking cabinet where it belongs.
Who has a phone book in 2017? That is such an outdated reference. Way to go.
More specifically, I didn't realize that we had celebrity fans listening to the show, actually.
Oh, they're celebrities now, huh?
Well, I didn't realize that Will Sasso and Key and Peele decided to watch our wrestling podcast. So I'm actually kind of flattered that we had such high celebrities, or maybe mediocre celebrities.
Now listen here, Rob.
That listen to us.
Listen here, Rob. You Nick Frost-looking motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
This is a wrestling podcast. It's the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. Now, you guys might call yourselves the Wrestling Nerds Alliance, but apparently you guys don't even talk about wrestling that much anymore.
You forgot about wrestling!
I believe your theory, your reasoning behind the change of format was because there's so many wrestling podcasts out there, and, it's just hard to stand out. Well, I don't understand that logic at all. I'm sorry. I mean,
we stand out pretty well.
You talk about what you are passionate about. Now, that's cool. You guys can talk about whatever the hell you want. But you leave Favreau and Farva out. Team Favre.
That's a good name, actually.
Right?
I like that, yeah. But the Team Favre, I guess, is teaming up. And we're going to be facing, at Survivor Series, this weird, demented version of the Dungeon of Doom, if you think about it. I mean, Rob is like the equivalent of, like, Kevin Sullivan, or Shark, maybe. Somebody with no hair, I guess. And then we have the other counterpart of the Dungeon of Doom, Kamala.
Is that racist?
It's not. I don't think it is.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, remember, if he wants, he could be the boogeyman.
We cannot be racist on our show.
No.
Do not. No. Okay, it was me. I won't do it this time. I promise.
Tyler Perry.
No,
maybe I'll call him the boogeyman.
But yes, we will address the Wrestling Nerds Alliance again at a future date, most notably at Survivor Series in our second showdown with the WNA. Peace out, Chris Surratt. Thanks for joining us on Periscope. Thank you for everybody who tunes in to us every week. We are here, there, and everywhere. We're on Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitter, and all that shit. So if you miss our show, you could always tune in. You can catch us next week live, or you can catch the replays on iTunes and Google Play. Now, Fred,
you should listen to us always. Right, and our loyal fans. That's the thing about us. Okay,
loyal.
We're live. We're live.
We're live.
And besides that, we have loyal fans that are here every fucking week, like Christopher fucking Cruz. And he said, retaliate by saying that they are the gay version of the Spirit Squad. Now, I didn't think that would exist, but...
Because the Spirit Squad's already gay, so I think what he's trying to say is you have to be even gayer than the Spirit Squad.
Imagine just Rob being like, ha ha ha, Rob! And we are the Spirit Squad!
Why would you be involved in that too? You said you and Rob.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, okay.
I had a few drinky poos.
Yeah, a few drinky poos. Fred was drinking a little bit today.
And even our other loyal fan, Jan Michaels, he said cock is life. I don't get the meaning of that, but...
I don't know how that helps us at all.
That didn't help, but I'm glad...
But Fred likes it.
But, no, I'm just glad I have one, but I'm not saying it's part of my life. I have... other body parts, of course, Actually, interesting fact that I did learn from that atrocious podcast, Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
That terrible podcast that nobody listens to?
Yeah, I suffered. I decided to be masochistic and listen to the whole thing. And they said that the Australians, they don't... the reason why the Broadcast podcast is spelled with a K and not with a C is because they don't recognize the C in their Australian language. Actually.
Okay.
So I was wondering, how do you spell cock? K-O-K-K? That's a weird way to spell cock. I don't know. I mean, just maybe those homeboys from fucking Down Under can decipher that. And
Enough about other podcasts.
Okay.
Enough about other podcasts. Because this isn't their show. This is our fucking show. And
on our fucking show,
we talk about wrestling. And we make fun of other podcasts. But we talk about wrestling. That's what we do. And Fred's personal life. But we'll get into that later. We're going to put that on the side burner.
We're going to try to ignore that.
Yes, we are.
Because good things are happening in my life.
Cool. We'll talk about it later. Talk about it later.
Not now?
No.
Oh.
No.
We should just talk about my personal life from now on.
You want to do the Fred's Personal Life podcast?
The Wretched Fred podcast.
The just Wretched podcast.
Just whatever wretched is going on in my life.
All right, guys. So we had a couple developments in wrestling this week, especially in on Raw and SmackDown. So we had some clarification as to some of the card going into Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I think we already knew this, but Enzo Amore and Kalisto will be having a cruiserweight title match.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Fred, but I don't know if you caught this at all, but like for some reason, Enzo has been using Drew Gulak, of all people, to do his intro each week.
Really?
Yeah, and he speaks all proper, and like he's like
his
gimmick. His gimmick is like a politician kind of, and he's like Gulak for a better 205 Live or something.
And he doesn't like Cheers?
Yeah. He has he brings
he
a sign
wants
out.
Silence.
It says no chance on his sign.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
So he did the Enzo Amore intro thing this week, and he spelled soft, but he spelled it the right way. Yeah. And Enzo didn't have the mic, but you could read his eye. You could read his mouth, and he was just no, I'm never letting you do that again. He's like, and you are S-O-W-S. See, I don't even say it, spell it right anymore because of stupid Enzo. S-O-F-T soft, and Enzo's like, oh, come on, bro.
That was completely terrible.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I really enjoyed that.
It's an odd pairing, which makes it funny. I mean, they're completely two different people.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to do a 5-on-5, another
Survivor
Series match with the heels and the faces of the Cruiserweight division, but they're not. No, they're doing a singles match, a rematch for the Cruiserweight title. But that's okay. I mean, as long as Kalisto doesn't win it back, I should say.
I really don't want to go into a rant right now.
Go for it.
But I really kind of feel like doing it.
Let's go, man.
Because we had a couple of returns this week to Raw.
Yeah, we did have a couple of returns. Big news.
Yeah.
Huge.
Most notably, Stephanie McMahon.
Yes.
Oh my God, do I hate her so much.
Yeah. Dude,
I hate her.
Kurt Angle opened the show with the Raw roster on the entrance ramp, and he apologized for what happened the week prior with the SmackDown invading and taking Raw under siege.
Yeah. He didn't know.
He didn't know what was going to happen. He took full ownership for it. He was apologizing. He was being a nice general, saying it's my fault this happened, all this stuff. And then Stephanie comes out for the first time since WrestleMania, and. At first I was I'm like, all right, it's about time she came back. And then she opened her fucking mouth.
And then
I just
that was
everything
the end of it.
I had flashbacks all coming back to me in waves. I just fucking seeing Nam in there. It was fucking terrible, man.
Even when she goes in the beginning when she goes, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," she's so fucking obnoxious.
I fucking hate her so much.
I can't stand it. And then I've complained about this in the past. It's been a long time because her fucking bitch ass hasn't been on the fucking show. But there's no way to retaliate against her.
Wait a minute. Jan's girlfriend, Stephanie, has joined the podcast, and all she...
What do you want?
All she has said you two, meaning us two people, not us
Me?
T-O-O. Two. Steph, I'm going to stop you right there. I know what you're going to say. You're going to tell us to shut the fuck up, that you're trying to fall asleep, and your boyfriend is watching this podcast. Don't be a cock block.
Don't cock his block.
Jan
block
loves us.
his cock to me.
Jan, what?
His wrestling cock.
That's
the
bad.
like a proverbial wrestling cock.
That's still very bad.
Don't block it.
Yeah, no.
Let me in his wrestling cock, and let him explore inside me and Craig. Definitely Craig.
No.
Definitely Craig. Let him. I'm drunk. Let his cock inside Craig. His wrestling cock, his proverbial wrestling cock, that he gathers all his knowledge and passion for, let him inside of us. And let him explode.
Why don't you just keep eating more? Why don't you just keep eating more of your fucking goddamn microphone? Oh, the iPad fell. You knocked the iPad over.
No!
Alright, talk about Stephanie, you bitch, while I fix it.
Okay. So Stephanie, the problem with Stephanie McMahon is that... I'm sorry, guys. It's been a crazy week. The problem with Stephanie is that you cannot retaliate. I'm just making sure that he...
I got it. Just talk.
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch. The problem with Stephanie is that, unlike a feud with Vince McMahon or Shane McMahon, you cannot physically attack this fucking cunt. So therefore, she's just gonna emasculate an Olympic golden hero.
Emasculate.
Man, whatever.
She's not gonna emasculate him more. He's very masculine.
She's gonna take his strap on and fucking bang Kurt Angle in the ring.
What?
But fucking, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Kurt Angle should fucking Olympic slam her ass, but he doesn't. He's just I'm sorry. Fuck that, dude. I get that's Kurt Angle.
I get why he can't, because he's technically her employee. But
he's Kurt Angle.
But fucking Stephanie, she just comes back and she does the same fucking bullshit that she always does. And that the same bullshit, which is, she, as you said, she just runs down. She goes through her, fucking power trip and just runs down and just yells at people and talks down to them. You remember when she did that to, Charlotte, when Charlotte first got called up, and she just basically bitched Charlotte out. I'm like,
Seth
why?
Rollins? Well, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Charlotte is a great example of that. Considering they're trying to push that women's revolution at the time. Right. You should not be running down. Right. I do remember that segment. I'm sorry, Craig. Yeah. Go with your thought. Sorry.
No. It was when Ric Flair was still managing her, and she basically just ran her down, saying you always rely on your father to get the job done. You're an embarrassment to the company. I'm like, why is this? How is this helping? All you're doing is making, back then, the top heel women's wrestler in the company look like a little bitch, because you gotta have your ego trip and you gotta be all fucking powerful.
Yeah. Except for, once a year at WrestleMania when you get fucking speared by Roman Reigns, who doesn't fucking need it.
Yeah, right. And, the only guy who doesn't need it.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't need it. And, this fucking episode of Raw isn't like an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond where he's like a fucking,
right.
Like Ray Barone is a fucking vagina. No. These are guys that fucking fight for their lives and want to win championships and shit like that. So having this woman, I'm sorry, I'm trying. What the fuck?
Everything's falling down.
The fucking mic.
The fucking iPad fell. The fucking mic fell.
Oh, that was my bad. But
this one was my bad.
We've been talking a lot about Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever. But at least with Vince McMahon, you could stun his ass.
Who is this? Narrow Tophs 4 scoping from the parents' basement again. No, I own this motherfucking house. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not his
parents.
It's not his parents.
Fuck you, bitch.
It's not his parents.
I own this fucking house. I have a mortgage. You can go suck a dick.
Every 1st of the month. Or 15th or 30th, whatever the fuck it is.
Why?
Like when you pay your mortgage, motherfucker.
Oh, I thought you were saying she can suck my dick on the 14th. I was like, well,
she could if she wants.
That's very odd.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my wife wouldn't like that.
What booze, good brothers? Well, thank you for asking. We just finished the rest of this Tennessee honey from last week. Tennessee honey from.
Fred has some word confusions when he starts drinking.
Sometimes my brain combobulates words that
all right, Ricky.
Yeah.
Shitstorm, Ricky.
Yeah. Oh, man.
R.I.P.
Come on. Yeah.
Stop kissing the mic. All right, let's not get derailed too much here.
Tennessee honey, though, is.
So we had a couple of returns besides. So Stephanie McMahon did her normal shit. What else do we expect? She basically She threatened Kurt Angle that if Kurt Angle's team loses at Survivor Series in the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, that she will fire him. But she also named him the captain of Team Raw, so he will be wrestling again at Survivor Series, which fucking awesome. I'm happy about that.
I'm all down with that.
I'm all down with that. Now, we also had the return of Samoa Joe this past week.
Hell yeah. First we had Nia Jax.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, quickly, we'll just say that she squashed Bayley.
Yes.
And, what the fuck, really? Seriously? But anyway, she was going up the ramp. Samoa Joe's music hits. Fucking comes down and fucking owns that shit, son.
Yes.
Samoa Joe is fucking back, son. I'm so fucking happy. And he Didn't give a fucking, like, stupid promo where he's like, I was gone for so long, and I miss you guys. No, he was like, "Fuck you guys," It
was funny because the crowd was like really into him coming out, and then he's like, "Oh, I bet you're all really happy to see me back, right?" It was like, I don't give a shit. It was great.
Total Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that he's back. Samoa Joe is like top 2 of my favorites.
Dude, he's such a good promo right now.
Just on promo, he's good.
Thanks for joining us,
Christopher Cruz.
I can't read your username.
Christopher Cruz is saying as well, Joe, about time.
Yes,
definitely. Now, I thought he was going to come back much earlier. I thought he was going to interfere in the Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar Braun Strowman match. That did not come to fruition, but I'm sure as glad as hell that he's back now. But I don't know where he's going to be going into Survivor Series. I'm assuming he's going to be on the Raw team.
Yeah, I think he's going to be on the team.
He kicked the shit out of Apollo Crews, and then Titus O'Neil get all up in the shit.
Yeah.
And he took him out as well. So.
Now, Raw didn't announce most of their members. No. Kurt Angle was the only one who was announced by the beginning of the show. I would agree that Joe's going to be on the team. It only makes sense. He just came back. He has no feud. He really has no feud going into Survivor Series. So they might as well put him on the team. That's what they do with these matches. They just throw people who aren't in feuds.
Yeah.
Now,
true that.
I want to talk about a couple things towards the end of Raw.
Okay.
So they had Raw was the day before Halloween. So
spooky.
So they had, I don't know if you caught this, Fred. They had a trick or street fight match.
No, I did not watch this.
Did you not see this?
Fuck this shit.
Dude,
Nope. You can tell me what it's about. I did
there
not
is
watch
an obligation for me as the owner and the co-owner of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast, that I had to watch this because I knew we were going to have to discuss this. So Heath Slater and Rhino dressed up as Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Why? I don't know. Versus the club dressed up as 2 characters from Southpaw Regional Wrestling, whatever. I don't watch that shit. I know it's supposed to be funny and it's like kind of like inside jokes and stuff, but I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, but anyway, 80% of the crowd doesn't know what that is, though.
Yeah, 90% of the crowd, I would say, because
I think it's funny because I've watched it, but the kids don't watch it.
So, first of all, why the club was in this match? Of all fucking people, like Gallows and Anderson, they always talk about their fucking New Japan, fucking like wrestling accomplishments, and then they have them wrestling this joke match with fucking pumpkins around the ring, like fucking trick or treat crap around, like on tables outside the ring. And I'm like, all right, maybe this will just be a good, fun 5-minute match. And it was 5 minutes. Was it fun? No, it was not fun. This was fucking terrible. I mean, why? I don't know. I still don't understand why Heath Slater and Rhino were dressed up as Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. I really wish I understood that.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Is that a Southpaw Regional Wrestling thing too? I don't know.
No, it's not. It's actually
that's what I get.
Shit Siren. No, I've actually watched the first 2 seasons of Southpaw, and there have never been mentions of Santa Claus at all. Christopher Cruz is saying on Facebook Live that Gallows and Anderson in this match was very sad, and I completely agree.
Absolutely.
They need to go. I mean, just for their own sake. I get it. When you're a WWE wrestler, it's a good job security, and you get, merchandise, and, you get a good salary, and you get to stay at home. You don't have to go to Japan all the time.
Think about how far
you get to stay in the United States. That's fine, but it's just sad to know that, these 2 members that, they were in the beginning version of the Bullet Club.
Right.
Before the Young Bucks, before AJ Styles, they're in this fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And just to think of how far they've fallen just in WWE terms. I mean,
true.
Going into WrestleMania, they were the Raw Tag Team Champions. And what are they doing now? They're wrestling... They were part of... The only thing they did last week on Raw, the previous week, was they got beat up by the SmackDown Superstars, along with the rest of the Raw Jobbers. Because, let's be honest, there was only Raw Jobbers who got beat up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now this week, they lost again. Again, they lost to Heath Slater and Rhino in a fucking joke match with pumpkins and all this ridiculous bullshit. And, of course, the match was a complete fucking disaster on top of everything. That was so weird.
Our whole fucking studio.
Everything's moving. Is my house haunted?
Maybe it's Halloween.
You know what I think happened? I think that person I blocked killed himself, and then they haunted my house. I think that's what happened. Because everything's falling.
You know what it is? It's the Halloween episode.
Ooh, it's spooky.
It's the Halloween episode, so we're going to look at the closet over there. We're going to see something pop out or something.
Yeah, well, hopefully not you.
I'm right here, though.
Now you're in the closet, too.
Dude, if I was, like, if I was in the closet, I would just stay in the closet, though. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't pop out.
Who's this person on Periscope just saying random words, like Salem and regard, like...
Come up with a thought.
Can you guys talk?
Come up with a thought.
Seriously, like
we'll interact with you.
We'll interact, but you guys are giving us nothing right now.
But Salem, I mean...
What is that? Like, are you a witch?
Massachusetts? Yeah, that's a great place for Halloween.
Are we talking about Halloween still? Whatever. It's fucking November now.
Stranger Things.
RJ wants to know if we're going to be under siege on WNA. Hells no.
Are you fucking kidding me? Well, we actually... Guess what, RJ? We actually might be under siege, though.
By...
Well, fucking Ed might walk through that fucking door right there, dude.
God damn it.
Right through that fucking door. Do we even want to go through this shit right now?
I may have the mortgage on this house, but I will burn this fucking place to the ground with him inside of it if he shows up to my goddamn house. You know, like when you just say something in passing. You know, like when you see somebody random, like you go to a bar, you see somebody from high school, and you go like, talk for like 2 minutes, and you go like, hey man, like really good to see you. Like, yeah man, like yeah, we should hang out sometime. Like, yeah, cool man. And then you never do. You know that phrase, like. Ed's the kind of guy who takes that to fucking heart. He's like, we're gonna hang out now, right? Like,
yeah, like, dude, it's been so long, we need to chill again. And I'm like, no, we don't, because we never did. RJ is saying, no, do you mean us on them?
Oh,
they're not on Periscope because they're fucking scared, so no, there won't be an opportunity.
They're kind of like SmackDown was in like 2002 when it was taped.
No, don't compare them to that.
Oh, not 2002. Let's say 2011.
Yes.
Okay.
Good comparison.
We're Raw, right? We're live here, man. We're here live on Periscope. We're on Facebook Live right now.
We're real.
Guess what? TNA. See, I called them TNA, but they're really WNA. They record on Tuesday nights, just like SmackDown used to be, and they release on Fridays, just like SmackDown used to be, dudes. Exactly. We are Raw, they are SmackDown. We are the superior brand.
And also, they're like politically correct now. Did you ever hear about this at all?
No, because I don't listen to their show.
That's true. Craig doesn't really listen to podcasts, though. In his defense. It's a good show. I like the NWA.
I listen to podcasts.
I fucking did it again. I'm sorry. The wrestling.
If you keep saying NWA,
I know.
are you going to make me
say it? No. Don't.
Can I say it?
Don't. Don't LeVar Ball that shit. I swear to God, don't do that. No, the Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
What is with the comments on Periscope today? All question marks.
Fuck
what does that do for us?
Now.
What does that do for us? You're not helping the cause here. You want to interact with us.
Brian Dixon's on.
Yo, what's up, Brian? What's going on?
Your boy is here.
Breaking out the bottle. I love drunken wrestling banter. Thank you. Thanks for joining, Brian.
Fuck yeah, motherfucker. Fucking Craig's cousin.
I hate fucking Justin Verlander. He's a fucking...
No, he's
from
good.
Detroit.
He's good,
He's from Detroit, so...
He's good,
He's a big Tigers fan, so I fucking hate him, though.
I love him.
He cost the Yankees the fucking World Series this year.
I like Justin Verlander.
Well, because he was on your fantasy team. That's why you like him.
But he's the next Nolan Ryan.
The next Nolan Ryan? He's like... his career is like 90% over already.
He's the next Nolan Ryan.
How could he be the next if his career is basically like a couple years
from being over? He's better than he was.
He's not better than Nolan Ryan.
He's getting there.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
You are taking one of the 5 best pitchers in baseball history.
Justin Verlander, he's like 38 years old. He's fucking amazing right now.
He's not the next
because
anything.
Kate Upton sucks his dick.
Well, she is hot. I'll give him that.
It's the power of the fucking release. When a girl of that caliber
again, Periscope, Periscope. Come on, guys.
Come up with some substance, please.
All right, S Marks the Spot has joined us on Periscope. It's hard to watch you guys while at a bar on a Friday night, fuckers. Hey! I thought we were cool. We're cool. You're on our side, right?
Yeah, fuck
wrestling
on our side.
Be on our side. You like us. You like us.
I don't know where I was going with it.
You know what's funny? Because they watch our Periscope and they don't watch the Wrestling Nerds Alliance Periscope because
there is none.
Right. Oh, that's right. There is none. Let's get sidetracked again. Let's stick to.
Rob is like Stan Sitwell from Arrested Development.
I do, yeah, Brian. I do hate the Tiger. I do hate the Tigers because you guys beat us in the playoffs like 5 times in the last 10 years.
Justin Verlander is fucking awesome.
I fucking hate Justin Verlander. Come on, you look.
Don't hate because you're a fucking Yankee fan. Dude.
Why can't I hate because I'm a Yankee fan?
Because he's a great pitcher.
I can
respect him.
No, I can acknowledge that he's a good pitcher, but that doesn't mean I have to like him.
Okay, I'll go with that. And plus, he was on my fantasy team.
Right, yeah, that's all you care about.
That's true, I do.
All right.
Well, what I want to say, just quickly, I'm sorry.
Go for it.
But like the Wrestling Nerds Alliance now, like if they say the word faggot or retarded,
they beep it out. Right?
They bleep it out.
Yeah, you told me about
Dude, that's so fucking queer.
Fred just cracked himself up.
Why don't you be fucking straight like I am and just fucking admit the fact that you say words like that
every time?
We're 90s kids. We say the word faggot. We don't. It doesn't mean that we don't like gay people.
Some of us live it.
Some of us live it. I mean, we're not going to name names.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get on with the program.
I gotta get on.
All right.
The
Sorry,
thing I wanted to talk about.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. So the main event of Raw, they had Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship, and I thought this was actually going to possibly be a Mickie James title win because it was the main event. S marks the spot says we're all fags in this thing called life.
That's true.
He's right.
Like, the world fucks us in the ass in the end of the world. Like,
so we're all rape victims?
Yeah, like...
Is it consensual or no?
Well, some people it is. Some people it is. I mean, like, okay, right? If, like, Antarctica is, like, the Earth's dick, do you mind if they fuck you?
RJ says, and the world's name is Corey.
Dude! RJ, no. Bring up Corey.
I'm bringing this back on the task.
Bring up...
We gotta bring us back
sorry,
here. We gotta bring us back
crazy.
on the task.
I'm crazy tonight.
What's going on with your phone here?
There
we go.
I think my new girl likes me.
So I wanted to talk about... Okay, so I thought when they had this Raw women's title match on Raw, I thought it was going to be maybe a possible title change. Maybe Alexa wins it back next week or something. I've been talking about that for the last couple weeks, that I thought Mickie James might have a short title reign. They didn't do that, so they got me there. I'll give them that. They brought me in because it was the main event. But it's the stuff that happened after the main event, which is really what I wanted to talk about. Miz was earlier in the show received a bag of garbage in his locker room with the Miztourage, and of course he immediately panics. I'm sorry. When does a bag? I get it. They put Braun Strowman in a garbage truck, but when does like a bag of garbage laying around like mean somebody's coming to kill you? Like, I get it. Yes, he was in a garbage. Like, what if the janitor? Like, what if the janitor had just walked into the room, cleaned it up, and then like he forgot to take it out? Like, it's just like it's such a stupid thing. It wasn't like it was garbage thrown at him all day. It was just like one garbage bag, and he started freaking out for the second half of the entire show. It was fucking. It was so stupid, especially for a character like the Miz, who's like such a shithead heel. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's Braun Strowman is alive, even though he was fucking thrown into a garbage compactor like fucking Shredder in Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Okay? How are we supposed to know? Like, I get it, it's like Halloween.
Stop eating jerky on the goddamn podcast. How do you get the garbage truck?
How are they supposed to let you know that Braun Strowman's alive?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. He could just come back. He doesn't need to.
But he's.
Let me lay out exactly what they did. So the Raw Women's Championship match. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Ends, and they come back. They show backstage Miz and the Miztourage leaving the arena, and they cut to them running to their limousine. They're like freaking out. They're like telling the driver to hurry up, like pack their bags, open the door for them. They get in the limousine. Of course, Fred, there's a camera inside the limousine.
I hate that shit.
And you know me, man. You know...
There are never cameras in a limousine.
You know me and how I hate when they overproduce things. When they overdo the camera angles and shit. Of course. And I start...
House of Horrors all over
I knew this was going to get bad. Yeah, House of Horrors. That's exactly what I was thinking of. And as soon as they had the shot, the camera... The alternate camera angle inside the limousine, I'm like... Oh boy, Craig's going to hate this. And lo and behold, I was absolutely right. They cut to, again, another camera angle of the inside of the thing looking outside of the goddamn thing. And there's a dump truck blocking the way. By the way, not the same dump truck that Braun Strowman was put in. He was put in a white pickup dump truck 2 weeks ago at TLC. This was a yellow dump truck. So I'm assuming the dump trucks just like pass along like discarded human beings and stuff. And so anyway, so then the garbage truck lifts up very slowly. The Miz Taraj is freaking out. They keep cutting back and forth because of course they have a camera inside the limo. Fucking... It lifts up, the garbage starts falling out, they cut away, they cut back, and Braun Strowman standing up in all Frankenstein with the...
That man cannot be destroyed.
Dude.
Cannot be destroyed.
Dude, so you're telling me that for the last 2 weeks, that Braun Strowman has been inside a garbage truck, got transferred to another garbage truck, then... didn't eat for 2 weeks, or maybe he ate garbage, I don't know.
Well, the food was there.
I mean, where did he shit? Did he shit on his fucking ring attire? I don't know.
Must have shit in the truck.
He gets up and he's perfectly fine. He doesn't need to stretch or anything. He just goes into immediate...
Is he dirty?
Like, don't when people are in hospitals, don't they like take you for walks to kind of like make sure the blood flows in your legs and stuff? No.
Or like, you have to see if you could pee first before you
I cannot suspend my belief that this is... I know that wrestling is fake. I know that.
No,
but
really?
I cannot suspend my belief that Braun Strowman lived in a dump truck for 2 weeks. I can't.
I can get the ambulance fucking gimmick back in the day with Roman Reigns. The garbage truck thing is fucking ridiculous. I suspended my belief when I was fucking 6 years old when I watched Ninja Turtles 2.
Right.
But I was 6 years old.
Right. Me too.
I'm not fucking 32 watching fucking Ninja Turtles 2.
No.
Okay?
And it was so...
It's fucking stupid.
It was so, when they showed the camera angle of the garbage falling out of the garbage truck.
Yeah, right.
And then they cut away, cut back, and then Braun Strowman's just there. Like, I'm like, I get so angry with these camera edits and these fucking camera angles. Because I hate this shit.
Because it's set up that it's gonna happen instead of, like, letting it naturally happen. Like, the cameras are fucking there already. So like, it's gonna happen. Like, fuck that shit.
Like, why should I believe that on a live, quote-unquote, show, that they had a camera ready inside the limo?
There's never cameras inside the limo.
Because if nothing happened, what would that camera angle have done? So when you put the camera inside of that, it makes it so obvious that something crazy is gonna happen. Like,
of course.
You can't, like, it doesn't, it just, like... And it's so funny because WWE just recently shared on their Twitter page the video of Stone Cold Steve Austin getting run down by the mystery car when it turned out to be Rikishi months later.
And then,
but like when I watched the whole video and it was so well done how they did it. Like Stone Cold's just like looking to beat up Triple H backstage. He's walking around the parking lot, and then a car, like the lights go on. The car revs its engine and just plows him over. The camera follows the car driving away, and they cut back to Stone Cold lying on the ground. And that's all they needed to do. That's all they needed to do. They didn't need to have a camera inside whatever the mystery car driver was doing. They didn't need to cut back and forth. They had one camera angle, and it was good.
You didn't have to have a camera in the car and see like a piece of like bleached hair of Rikishi.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Or could it be Triple H? Like, it was just a fucking car and then it was a mystery for a few months, and it built.
Right, and
fuck.
Yeah, and back then, all they said, like Austin said, was like, all I know is it was somebody blonde who drove the car. So then, like, that was the only thing.
Rikishi or Triple H.
It was like nobody even thought Rikishi back then because Rikishi was fucking doing too cool stuff. So everybody thought it was Triple H. Oh, it's Triple H.
He did it for the buck.
I did it for the people.
For the people.
Anyway, sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant there, but it's something that really fucking bothered me, man.
I hate that shit. We've always bitched about that. Remember the infamous July 4th episode about a year or so back when they did a camera angle at Kevin Owens' eyeball.
Yes, they inserted
with a pie going to his face.
I just can't believe
do wrestlers have cameras in their eyeballs?
They do.
Apparently they do. Actually,
they do.
Fuck it. You know who needs to come back? This motherfucker right here.
CM Punk, baby.
CM Punk.
He would be
reality era.
He would be dropping a pipe bomb on this one.
Dude, he would fucking shit all over whatever the fuck is happening.
So
Christopher Cruz is saying that that there was garbage in Miz's locker room, and that it's possible that Duke the Dumpster Drosy did it. And that's actually a possible
why
wouldn't
have that been his first one instead of Braun Strowman?
I would assume. I mean, I'm assuming he's still part of the sanitation.
I still don't understand why Braun Strowman was so keen on killing the Miz here when it was really Kane who is his like number one enemy in this scenario.
Who beat Finn Balor.
Yeah, he beat Finn.
And did he beat Seth Rollins this week?
He beat Seth Rollins this week.
And Seth Rollins. For what?
He's going to beat...
So he's going to show up for 1 month and beat fucking Braun Strowman?
He's going to beat Dean Ambrose next week. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I don't really care about that, but...
Still, but it's another guy he's
going to beat Dean Ambrose in Cincinnati! He's going to do it in Cincinnati!
Anyway, let's, we talked about this last time.
We need to talk about some other news.
Yeah, later on in the week, Kurt Angle announced that Braun Strowman's on his team. So that, on the Raw team. So that's the only 2 members of the Raw team that's announced.
But the SmackDown team is more established.
Yes, so
right?
On SmackDown we had Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler to determine who will join the SmackDown Survivor Series team. Bobby Roode got the win in a 2 out of 3 falls match. He won the second 2 falls. Randy Orton had faced Sami Zayn 2 weeks ago. We talked about it. He was already on the team. So Randy Orton,
Sami
and Bobby
Zayn, of
Roode.
course, is awesome right now, but we don't really need to get into that right now.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. Shane McMahon announced because Kurt Angle was on his team that Shane McMahon would be representing his team. So Shane McMahon is on the team. And we had one final match, the main event of SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. Randy Orton distracted Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn was in ringside. So Shinsuke got the win. So SmackDown's team is pretty much set. It's Randy Orton, Shane McMahon, Bobby Roode, and Shinsuke, and one more guy.
But what are they...
To face.
But
now,
one of those 2 should be in the match, though. Because
they should be. But
I make it interesting. It would make it interesting because, there would be a possibility that they would fuck over Shane McMahon.
Well, that's the thing. They don't even need to be in the match to fuck over Shane McMahon. They could interfere in the match, right? Is there DQs in a Survivor Series match? I don't remember.
No, there aren't.
So there's your opportunity. It's better that they're both not in. Once Sammy wasn't in it, it made sense that Kevin wasn't in it too, because they got to continue to be disgruntled with Shane, because he stacked the deck against them. They put him against Randy Orton and Shinsuke. That is stacking the deck a little bit.
I'll agree with you on that one.
So originally they announced that the last spot on the SmackDown roster was going to be AJ Styles versus Rusev to determine the last member of the team.
I wish Rusev was in the match.
But earlier in the show, AJ Styles had fought the second member of the Singh brothers. I don't remember which one it is. I don't even know their first names. He beat one 2 weeks ago, and he beat the second one this week. Whatever. But then Jinder Mahal just laid like a ferocious beatdown on him after the match, and they triple teamed him after the match. So later in the week,
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Christopher Cruz is saying that sad that how 1 year ago Ziggler was the sole survivor of the team, and now he's not doing shit.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago when Sting debuted.
Oh, true. But yeah, that's still a shame though.
Somebody just said they want to do a show with us.
Who the fuck wants to do a show with us?
Somebody on Periscope. Hold on,
you gotta have an alcoholic problem to do that.
Oh, it's S. Marks the Spider said that. Thanks.
Oh, S. Mark, dude,
absolutely.
Leo, come on board, dude.
Come on, we don't need Rob and Cliff and
fuck those fucking.
And nobody needs Ed. Not even WNA.
I wish we could explain what happened on this show. That's Craig's decision, though.
What was that?
I wish we could explain what happened on the show, but that's your decision.
No. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. I don't want to hurt feelings.
Okay. Fair enough.
Except for Rob.
No. I don't want to be mean either. You're right. But Leo, anytime you want to come on, like let's coordinate this shit and have your sexy ass over.
Running.
Fucking S marks the spot.
So where were we? Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't finish. So yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, so
cheers, brother.
Originally, they said it was going to be AJ versus Rusev next week to determine the last spot. It was obvious it was going to go to AJ, but Shane McMahon changed it. And Shane McMahon changed it a couple days ago. Announced that next week for the WWE title, Jinder Mahal will defend against AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
Dude, this is a bit of an audible. This is an audible because
I'm fucking excited.
They were going for Rusev versus AJ next week. AJ looked like he was going in the Survivor Series team. Why would they change this after SmackDown ended? After they announced that Rusev was facing AJ, unless if AJ was going to win the fucking title this week on SmackDown.
Correct.
And I mean, it makes sense. You look at the Survivor Series card.
Can you? Well, okay, right. You imagine the Survivor Series card, right?
The Survivor Series card is very good.
AJ doesn't need to be in the Survivor Series match. He's probably not going to be, right? Jinder Mahal, if he loses the world title to AJ, will pretty much be obsolete. But an AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar match,
that would be good.
Would be fucking epic. Just as much as a Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar match at Royal Rumble.
Now, I'll play devil's advocate here a little bit. Now,
don't do that.
They did the same thing on Raw, right?
Okay.
Like, they kept showing, before the women's championship match started, they kept promoting the women's title, champion versus champion match, Alexa Bliss versus Natalya. Now, they did say, 3 or 4 times, if Alexa retains tonight, it'll be Alexa versus Natalya. If Mickey wins, it'll obviously be Mickey versus Natalya. So that's kind of I was like, oh, maybe Mickey will win. It's the main event of Raw.
Yeah.
So, they might be doing the same exact thing. They might be building up Jinder a little bit, make people think oh man, AJ's going to win. He's going to face Brock Lesnar. It's going to be great. But maybe they're just feeding AJ to Jinder Mahal one last time. But the only problem I have with that is why didn't they announce this before SmackDown went off the air instead of announcing Rusev versus AJ? The Rusev versus AJ thing really is what's throwing me off in this.
Well, they've been doing that a lot, though, Craig. They've been doing that a lot with unannounced matches, kind of last minute.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was with
so
the mumps at TLC. This is a little different.
Well, somewhat.
Although I did hear a report that Jinder... I heard a report that Jinder might have a shoulder injury.
Hope his fucking cock doesn't work and fucking...
Has nothing to do with his shoulder.
Has nothing to do with his shoulder. Hope his fucking body doesn't work.
Okay.
Hopefully Jinder's fucking... Hopefully his...
Where are we going?
His shoulders, chest, abs, legs, and feet don't work. If that makes sense.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh boy.
RJ is saying that Zayn and Owens would cost the SmackDown Live the Survivor Series match.
That's what I was saying.
I was tempted to agree that, but I thought that they would be in the match and cost them the match. I thought they would be in the match to do it, but now I'm thinking because of RJ that it would even be cooler if they weren't in the match and they cost them the match. That'd be cool.
All right, cool.
There's some other. What else do you want to get to, Craig? There's some other news going on.
Yeah. So there were a couple of releases this week.
How much time do we have?
I think we're about 50 minutes or so. Oh, dude! Literally 50 minutes and 0 seconds.
You're the fucking man.
High spot.
Fucking elbows.
That was a good high five. We're usually not good at high fiving.
I know, but I replayed last.
I think we S marked the spot on that high five.
We did. We were like elbows, and we were like S marks the spot. Was the spot was the hand, and we were like,
no,
and he's not gonna do it again. Okay,
no, just once. You only get one.
Oh fuck yeah!
I'm leaving you hanging, man.
Right, fuck you.
But
okay,
there was a couple of releases this week. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, but before that though,
damn it.
No, quickly. You remember how I said elbows?
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
And Janice
Janice
went into that.
Yes,
because I was joking to her that even though that we're really good friends and that we're best friends actually, that we can't do a high five because we're fucking stupid.
Oh, you mentioned that to Janice?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but like whatever.
Yeah,
no. Actually, no. We were talking about how, just how to do a good high five and like how not to miss. So she said, always look at the elbows.
That's a thing, though. Like, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that you should look at the elbows. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I just assumed that you look at the hand.
It's weird because I high five.
Look at the hand, baby.
I high five everybody. Fine, absolutely fine.
True.
Me and Tim Johnson's high fives hurt. Like, they're so good. Like, they're ear piercing. It's like a sonic boom. But you and me, our high fives just suck, man. I don't know why. I think it's because we both go for the main thing. Like, there's got to be somebody who takes it and somebody who really gives most of it.
I'll take it. I'll take you if you want. Well, I mean, you said there's a taker and a giver, and if you want me to take it, I'll take everything you have.
Charlie Heel on
I'll take you
on Periscope says
Braun! Craig.
What?
I love you, Craig. Craig, I fucking love you, dude. You're the fucking man. Like with the fucking Hosang jersey too on top of that, dude, you're fucking awesome.
I wore this for episode number 66.
I know, you fucking look good in it.
Charlie Heel wants to know, where does Randy Orton rank as an all-time great? Woo!
He is an all-time great. I just don't like him that much.
Like, let's say there's a list of 100 greatest wrestlers of all time, or most over. He's number 100.
No, he's not.
How is he? Okay.
The Viper fucking era was fucking great.
The Viper era? He's still doing the Vipers.
No, I meant like...
RJ saying he's number 99. See, we're on the same page.
I meant like when he was kicking the shit out of the McMahons and John Cena's dad and...
The only thing that I really liked about Randy Orton
and stuff.
The only thing I really liked about Randy Orton was like the Legend Killer stuff.
Legend Killer, thank you.
2009, Randy Orton was fantastic.
I'm not saying I'm an RJ fan, sorry. I am an RJ fan, but I'm not an RKO fan, but I'll admit that he's fucking great.
I'm not going to say he's one of the all-time great. I'll say he's in the top 100.
He had a great match with Sami Zayn the other week.
Like, you can't say he's like one of the all-time greats because he's in the limelight of like WWE's best era, you know, like
true.
What there were a bunch of great wrestlers in the 70s, but wrestling wasn't fucking huge back then, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
The 80s, like, okay, Hulk Hogan, you know, fucking Ultimate Warrior, cool. But like, okay. You know, like there's so many guys that are so much better than maybe he would be in the top 60. Maybe he'd be like number 60.
Okay.
Like not...
Oh, as far as all of wrestling.
All of wrestling?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a different story. But, okay, we got a couple of news.
Is he Hall of Fame worthy? Yeah, definitely. He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, of course. But,
definitely. But so is Coco Beware. And Donald Trump.
So is Berserker.
Yeah.
So is Kamala. And,
Kamala, too.
And Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan?
From Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
Oh. Alright, so we're approaching an hour. Fred, so do you want to talk about some of the releases?
Let's talk about them quickly.
He wants us to give us some more hot takes and unpopular opinions. Here's a couple of unpopular opinions. The releases that came this week in WWE, all four of them were way overdue for being released.
Emma fucking sucks.
I don't care what anybody said. I totally agree. Emma...
I've been meaning to say this for like fucking weeks now.
I know. Emma, I feel bad for her. She never really got a chance.
Totally.
But she also never really took the ball and ran with it. I know they never really gave her opportunity, but you gotta remember, they called her up in like 2009, 2010 with Santino Marella. Like,
that's
remember that?
True.
You remember that? And how little that fucking generated, and how little she got over with the fucking bubbles and doing the thing.
Because she got over that like silly gimmick in NXT.
It was stupid.
Because it was a small crowd, and but then it didn't translate well to WWE. And I just every time I've seen Emma, I've never been convinced that she's trying 100%. Like any gimmick she's doing. Even if she's like the cool girl with the glasses and the blue fucking lipstick, I'm never convinced that she's doing 100%.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good example right now from Raw. Alicia Fox, the captain of the Raw women's team.
Yeah.
Dude, no, come on. She's doing I like it. I like what she's doing, the whole crazy, like, cuckoo. It's the gimmick, it's their pilot speaking,
Yeah.
It's her gimmick,
stupid,
and she's
but
doing really well with it.
She's already done more in just the last 3 weeks than Emma has ever done.
Yes. So, fuck Emma.
Like, I get it. Like,
she's Australian, but fuck her.
The social justice warriors of fucking Twitter, man.
Come on now.
With the fucking, defending Emma like she never got a chance. Like, dude, she was in the company for so long. Like, she had her chance. She just never stood out. She never stood out. And then, when they tried to give her this Emmalina gimmick where she'd basically be what Lana is today... She basically, from what the reports were saying, she fucking sucked at it. She's not a good actor.
You should put a fucking 100% into this. Like,
if she's not...
If your gimmick is to be fucking gay...
If she's not an
over-the-top... Your gimmick should be fucking gay.
If she's not an over-the-top good wrestler like Sasha Banks or Charlotte or Bayley... Which she's not in that class.
No.
If she's not good if she's not good on the mic like Alexa Bliss... or Mickie James, or who are both good in the ring as well, then she's definitely a step below. She's at the same level as Alicia Fox, but yet Alicia Fox is at least a compelling and convincing character.
Yes.
Despite the fact that she's not a great wrestler, she could portray it being a fucking crazy psychopath.
Right, and Charlie from Periscope is saying, yeah, but they give Lana a chance. Are you kidding me though?
Lana's good on the mic. Lana
gives 110%. She is not a good wrestler, to say the least.
Right.
She was not supposed to be a wrestler. She was supposed to be Rusev's fucking manager, but she was a great fucking manager.
Great manager.
And she does... You could tell that she owns the part. Like, when Emma was doing the bubbly gimmick, when she converted into WWE... Then she got let go, she dropped back. Then she did the Emmalina thing. It just never worked. And even when she was I don't know what you call her, the girl with the sunglasses and the blue makeup, I just never felt the passion from her.
Yeah.
I just never felt. And she would be a great wrestler back in 2012.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, back in 2012.
She would be a top wrestler in 2012, 11.
Yeah. But even then, she was around back then, and she didn't take the ball and run with it.
Right.
Apparently she had a lot of backstage heat too. She rubbed people the wrong way. So she
could rub me the wrong way.
She could rub me the right way.
Fuck yeah.
So that's our hashtag unpopular opinion of the week. But,
fuck yeah.
I always thought Emma was way overrated amongst the wrestling fans of the world. Who else was released? Darren Young was released. That was a long time coming. He fucking sucked ass anyway. He never did anything good in the ring. I'm surprised they fired him because he was the first openly gay wrestler who was still employed by WWE.
People are saying that Enzo was rubbing the people the wrong way. Dude, are you watching Raw?
Well, he's talking about people backstage stuff. But yeah, Enzo,
I know, but we're talking about...
But Enzo is also killing it as a heel now.
Killing it.
Not like Emma. Emma was not killing it as a heel.
He's getting great reactions.
Yeah. Every week. Emma's best work in the last 5 years...
You couldn't fire him.
Emma's best work in the last 5 years was being a tag team with Dana Brooke in NXT. And she did not bring that with her to the main roster.
And her
injuries were bad timing. Some people just don't. Some people just have bad timing. Ken Kennedy had terrible timing, dude. He was the next star of the company, and his body could not hold up. And he is 1,000 times better than fucking Emma ever was. I know it's hard to compare men to women, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, fucking women. No, but I mean, yeah, I just never felt it with Emma. I just always felt she always gave 80%. And
somebody saying DX11229 saying I'm an Emma fan, but I agree she always came out to crickets.
Yeah, I mean I liked her because she was hot, but okay, fine.
I feel like a lot of
Liv Morgan is hot too, and I fucking like her too. So
I feel like a lot of people are defending her because she's hot, not because they like her work in the ring.
Perfectly example.
I mean, what was her best match in WWE? Her match against Asuka in NXT at one of those takeover shows.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Asuka.
But it was Asuka. That's what Asuka does. Asuka's one of the best women's workers to have. So stop defending fucking Emma about everything.
Right, exactly. I actually was like, when Emma got released, I was thinking of what match, like, what was her best match, you know?
And it's not like we just saw her WWE stuff. We saw her NXT stuff too, and
I was thinking,
she's never stood out.
I was thinking of like, what was her best match? You know what I mean? Like non-gimmick wise, you know, everybody loves like the you know, gimmick, you know, in NXT. I was trying to think of like her best match as far as work rate, and I could not think of a single fucking match.
Me neither, man.
And I tried hard.
Asuka, that was the best match she had.
Yeah.
But it was basically Asuka being really stiff and knocking her fucking face in.
By the way, Asuka had a really good match against that fucking jobber. Which is what they fucking should have done in the first place.
Yeah.
Anywho. The other release was...
Darren Young, who gives a shit. That was just a long time coming, really.
True that.
They tried giving him that gimmick with Bob Backlund, which absolutely went nowhere.
And Summer Rae, yes.
And Summer Rae was the other one who got released. Again, people were also defending Summer Rae, like they never gave her a chance. Dude, there was nothing to give her a chance for. She fucking sucked. Now, we're saying we didn't like Emma. Summer Rae was 1,000 times worse than Emma. Summer Rae sucked. Just because she's pretty doesn't mean she has a spot on the roster. I'm sorry. We don't just give out fucking roster spots to fucking pretty women.
Christopher Cruz is saying that she worked well with Paige, but it was not enough to get over. I'm assuming you mean Emma.
Emma did.
Yeah. I don't even fucking remember it.
Me neither.
So
don't even remember.
That's how much it doesn't matter to me, honestly. But nonetheless, whatever. Okay. So, is there any other news?
They released another guy from NXT. One of the original members of Sanity, Sawyer Fulton, got released today.
Whatever.
I forgot he was there until they showed him. I'm like, who the fuck is Sawyer Fulton? He's the guy who had the tattoo of a fucking like.
I think he got injured.
Yeah, he got injured right off the bat when Sanity started. Sucks for him.
Like Dillian Kane, like
they replaced him with Killian Dane.
Which is better, anyway.
Yeah, he's so much better.
Yeah, I love Dillian Kane. Is he the guy that moshes?
No, that's the other guy. No, that's the guy who's still in it.
The blonde guy?
The blonde guy. What's his name?
I love that guy. I don't know. I know Dillian Kane, Nikki Cross, and...
Wolf. What's his name?
Alexander Wolf. I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. He was he was like the star of the Sanity versus Authors of Pain match at NXT Brooklyn. Somebody's wondering if Big Cass returns at the 25th anniversary of Raw. We have news, guys. We're going to be going to that, right?
We are. Yeah.
We're going. We're going to be there. We're not going to the Hammerstein Ball.
I have a fucking job again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you want to talk about that because it's so random that you said that.
And long story short, I got let go last week, but
already secured.
Your man is fucking secure, man. It took a week's time, and I fucking got a new job that pays more, better benefits. I'm a fucking man, dude.
Cool, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Way to go.
So, fuck yeah, elbows. So, let's say me and Craig are going to 25th anniversary.
Yeah. What's up?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really want to talk about Triple H and the Shield match.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't care about that.
Stupid. You want to go to the SWWP?
Oh yeah, let's go to the SWWP. Fred, yeah. I'm gonna lose Facebook Live here.
You can use my phone if you want.
Okay, we'll leave Periscope open and we'll go to.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna lose Facebook Live here, guys.
So go to Periscope, Wretched Wrestle at Twitter. And you can follow us.
We're keeping Periscope. You can stay on the Facebook Live thing, but we're not answering any more questions there because we're closing it.
True that.
All right, so we had a couple questions from. Okay, is Mike Sharp the best jobber ever? From Chris Richardson.
Mike Sharp. Now I remember Mike Sharp from the early '90s. He was during the original Raw is War back in '93.
Best jobber ever. That's a good question.
That would not be my best jobber.
No, definitely not. That's not even
in my opinion.
That name would never come to me.
He was a prevalent jobber.
Yeah, no, of course.
My favorite jobber of all time was Barry Horowitz.
That's a good one.
Because he won He lost a shit ton, but then he had that little period of time where he beat Chris Candido, a.k.a. a Skip from the Body Donnas, and he beat Hakushi in a DQ.
I would go with Brooklyn Brawler. Brooklyn
Brawler, you can't go wrong.
Because I just loved. He was so stupid. I was at a show at a Raw show in the Garden many years ago, where it was like right after the Yankees lost the ALCS to the Red Sox, and he ripped off his trademark Yankees shirt and revealed a Boston Red Sox shirt, and he became the Boston Brawler for one night. The crowd was so fucking heated for it. It was so fucking funny. And then he, of course, jobbed to Heidenreich. So,
I'm
gonna go with Brooklyn Brawler on that one.
The only man to rape a person on television live.
Well, Triple H did too. He raped the dead person.
He raped a dead person.
Yeah.
Michael Cole has never addressed that on television before.
As Mark the Spot said, just peed while driving. Listen to you guys. You're welcome.
Wait, what did he say?
He said he just peed while driving. Thank you, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome, Leo.
Dude. Do you pee in a jar, or do you piss your pants?
PW Universe wants to know, Austin or The Rock who's better on the mic? I gotta go with The Rock. The Rock is one of the best all-time improvers.
But
Austin is fucking great, but I gotta go with The Rock.
Stone Cold never had to write his shit down.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that was Rock like in his post-wrestling career, though. That was his movie career
I don't know.
Stage.
Maybe I don't know the timeline. Stone Cold was the fucking man.
The Stone Cold was more of he was definitely a better, like, badass heel, badass promo guy, but The Rock was just so good. He could fucking work. He was like, he could work
the crowd like no other.
Yeah, like, he could work the crowd better than anybody else. He might be the best promo of all time, period.
Yeah, it's very hard to distinguish between the two. They're so different, you know, and Stone Cold can just be like, "Yeah, you're a piece of trash," you know, and he I don't know, like the Rock is just like I would compare Rock to like Eminem, and I would compare Stone Cold to like maybe I don't know, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good rap example. Maybe like a Kendrick Lamar type of guy.
VSW at Championship Midzer with a Y. Midzer.
Okay.
Wants to know, who do we think will win the 5-on-5 male tag team match at Survivor Series? I gotta go with the Raw team.
I'm going to go with the Raw team too.
Yeah, it's because it's Kurt Angle. I think especially because Stephanie put on that stipulation where if he doesn't win, he'll be fired. But then there's the... he could be fired, and that sets up another match.
Yeah, that would set up Kurt Angle versus Triple H at WrestleMania.
It really depends on who's the remaining Raw members. I think Samoa Joe will be one of the Raw members. I don't know who else is going to be on it.
But you could definitely see maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens kind of fucking over Shane McMahon.
JVC wants to know who had a bigger impact, Hogan or... Was it Hogan and Taker? Was those the two choices?
Hogan,
definitely.
Hogan.
Dude, Undertaker was like...
Undertaker's amazing in his own right.
Yeah, it was Hogan. Okay, yeah. Definitely Hogan. I think, Hogan or
Hogan
Undertaker
made wrestling, like, mainstream.
You can ask Hogan or anybody, and Hogan would probably be the answer, because there would be no WWE. Yeah. The WWE today would be different if there was no Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
There might not even be a WWE today if there was no Hulk Hogan.
If you ask a non-wrestling fan at all that didn't know any wrestling, do you know Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker? They'd say Hulk Hogan.
Will Undertaker be at WrestleMania this year?
I hope not.
I don't think so. I think that might be it.
I want to, this sucks that Roman Reigns beat him and kind of like quote unquote retired him, but I kind of wanted to leave it as it is.
Right.
Like, I don't want like a Terry Funk kind of thing.
He's supposed to be at
he retires a million times.
Yeah, he's supposed to be at the Raw 25th anniversary. I hope it's just for an appearance.
Yeah. I think the way he retired was perfect.
Yeah,
despite the outcome. Who won, right?
They're saying Angle, Joe, Reigns, Balor, and Strowman will be Team Raw. That's a fucking stacked deck. SmackDown has Bobby Roode, who's basically unestablished on SmackDown, so it's hard for me to say that Raw would lose that match.
But it'd be a good opportunity for him to maybe
set it up,
hold his weight.
Yeah.
You know.
Are we Raw or SmackDown guys? Neither. I go in every week.
I'm a SmackDown guy.
I would go SmackDown too, just because it's 2 hours and I don't have to sit there for the third hour.
Yeah, but I'm wherever AJ Styles goes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, me too.
That's my favorite wrestler of all time right now.
Right.
He's the best. Finn Balor, Antisocial Kim. I know Finn Balor's a great wrestler. I know that you want to do nasty thing to him, but AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the fucking world.
You gotta unlock your phone. I didn't read all the questions.
It's okay.
All right, so we had some questions from earlier today.
Bar none. Like, AJ is the man. So I'll always go SmackDown.
All right, just keep talking.
No, I agree. I mean, AJ Styles is the man. He's the fucking man. I love Samoa Joe. I love Finn Balor. I love...
The Rogue Assassin wants to know...
And Sami Zayn. He's a fucking great fucking heel, man. Like, he's just blossoming as a fucking heel right now.
The Rogue Assassin at Bear Triker SXE wants to know, where do we think Emma will go? Meaning, what will become of her now that she's out? I don't know, dude. If this was a male competitor, I would say they're going to go to New Japan. But women's wrestlers, it's a lot harder to say what's going to happen with them because
it's usually like Global Force or like
I mean, is she going to go to TNA or whatever the fuck they're calling it this week? I don't fucking think so. I don't know, man. TNA is just they go through and they're in cost cutting mode. They're changing their name every 3 weeks. They're Impact Wrestling. They're TNA. They're Global Force Wrestling. I don't fucking know what they are. I don't think TNA can even afford Emma. I think Emma just plugs away at the indies for a couple of years. Maybe she does go to TNA in a couple of years once they figure out what the fuck they're doing.
It depends on what she wants. I mean, if she wants to keep wrestling, then, there's plenty of women's promotions out there. Like,
of course, there's women's promotions.
Progress and Shimmer out there.
It's a lot harder for a released women's wrestler to kind of rebound than a male wrestler. A male wrestler.
There's a lot of wrestlers like a Drew McIntyre, who got fired from wrestling, WWE, made his name on the indie levels, hardcore, and then got re-signed to NXT, and now he's NXT World Champion.
Right.
That's something that's, something that like maybe Cody Rhodes could do too, if he chose to. I don't think we've ever had this scenario before, Craig.
We got a weird question here from
really?
F Robin 85. That's a
Robin 85.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We got a weird question. I mean, there's a lot of questions that are asked on the podcast, but I'm sure it's not that weird, though.
I mean, I didn't insinuate anything, but
no, I'm just saying it's kind of interesting. What would you think?
The question says, "How Dono?" I don't know what that word means. How Dono have sex with a girl?
What the fuck?
I think the question is, how do you have sex with a girl? This is a weird question. The username is really what's throwing me off here. F Robin 85.
I don't even like this.
What was that, Fred?
Anonymity.
That's not a word.
I tried, but
no, you didn't.
Being anonymous.
Hey, Fred Robinson
is sometimes important.
Fred Robinson, maybe you can answer this question.
Fred Robinson,
born in 1985. Me? Maybe you can answer this question. From
I was
F.
born
Robin 85.
I can try.
How do you have sex with a girl?
Okay. Very simple.
Fred's got this one, guys.
I got this down packed. This is something that I would major in, if you will. I major in puss. What you want to do with maybe let's start off with the lips. You want to peck. You want to kiss them. of course, you want, the lips want to be kissed. Of course, like the girl wants like kiss lips, like Hershey Kiss, right? It makes sense.
Just
right?
keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. I'm past that one. Then you make your way down to the bags. The
bags.
The Milky Ways. The Milky Bags. And then you.
Do they feel like bags of sand?
Well, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they could feel like bags of sand, or like or maybe like lumps of maybe like chicken dumplings or something, if people were to describe that. I mean, like I'm trying to like generalize.
What would you do next, Fred?
Okay. Well, once I like rub those, those fucking biscuits around, I would stick my penis in her vagina. I'm sorry.
Vagina?
No, I'm sorry. Vagina.
Okay, cool. Fred, where is the vagina?
Well, I think it's like, things like, maybe, like, I think it's like, near her stomach, It's like near her stomach area. It's near her stomach area, Craig. So, like, it's in that general vicinity. So I think we need to move on, and just to let you know that
But that's
that's
like way too much of a like. That's way too much of like a. It's not a stretch. I mean, you're in the right like vicinity.
Yeah.
Not wait a minute. It's not near the stomach. Let's just put that. Let's put it that way.
It's not.
No. I mean,
it kind of is, but
Fred, what do you think a vagina is? I really don't want to know. But you started talking about this, and now I'm just confused.
I don't know. Maybe like vagina.
Please help me.
I thought it was like between her boobs and like her pee-pee hole.
Wait a minute. Did you just say between her boobs and her pee-pee hole? Were those your words?
Yeah, like you don't stick it in where she pees, or you don't stick it in where she poops. It's like there's like a hole like in her stomach, like in her like.
Are you talking about a belly button?
I don't know if it's a belly. Maybe the belly button. Guys, let's leave this alone, people, because we don't need to get into any of this. Everybody knows what sex is like. Everybody's been there, especially me, of course, plenty of times. I've been with hundreds of women. Craig, how many women have you been with? Okay, I've been with tons.
Fair.
I've been with fucking thousands of women. I know that.
Is the reason that they never stick around is because you're trying to fuck their belly buttons? Fred, do you know what a belly button is?
Okay. There have been maybe a time lately.
Oh boy.
Where I've jammed my fucking hard cock in her fucking, like, maybe belly area. And I thought...
Okay.
No, but you know what it is? No. I thought that it was her vagina.
We're not talking about this anymore.
But I need some anatomy... No. But that's her vagina, though, because, like... like that, like the circle there is like, it's shaped like a G, so that's her G spot, right?
What do you think the G stands for? Gut?
It stands for fucking, it stands for gut, because it's right there. It's
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Dude. Dude, I don't even know you anymore. I don't know you.
Well, I am just trying to have some sex.
You're failing at that. By, like, at least a foot or two.
A foot or two?
Yeah, you're completely missing by a foot or two.
That much?
Yeah. You don't fuck belly button.
That's fucking loco. Like...
Oh my god. Who's just...
Listen. I thought...
No. You thought wrong.
You thought wrong, dude. I thought...
Fuck this.
Okay.
No.
There's a hole in her belly, right? If you come inside of it, right?
Oh, god damn it.
No. Okay, sorry. If you orgasm in it.
Yeah, that makes it better. Okay, go ahead.
If you plant your seed in it, in the belly area, where the G spot, like, looks like a belly button.
Oh my god.
That's where the baby comes from.
Oh no.
So, like, I had sex with a girl, and
did you have sex with her a second time?
Well, she hasn't really called me back. But,
okay. Okay.
But she said she was busy.
He?
No, dude. No, she.
Men have belly buttons too.
Do they?
All right.
I thought they had innies.
We are alienating. We are alienating our fans. JVC. I heard that. JVC has been listening and talking to us this whole time, and he just said, "I'm not subscribing." Oh my god. Obviously, JVC, you have not watched this show enough, because it always goes off the rails.
But, I mean, it's a hole. It's a hole. Why am I going to stick my penis into an area where she pees?
You could just fuck the hole that you're digging yourself right now.
Maybe I have to, because, it seems more confident than the fucking hole I'm fucking right now.
Alright, you guys have any more questions for us? I think we're going to start.
But the problem is that, like...
I think we're going to wrap it up.
You know what it is? Like
Questions, please. They're just having conversations over our fucking show right now. They're talking about stuff.
Right.
Is Styles better in the ring than HBK in his prime? I would say... That's good. Fred, that's a good question. That's actually a really good question. AJ Styles better than HBK in his prime.
Can HB do a 450? No, then AJ's better.
Yeah, I would say in-ring performer, yes. Character, no. That's what I would go with.
I'm the showstopper. I am the main event. I am Mr. WrestleMania.
Oh, god damn it. Now gimmick table's here, too. We got the whole fucking PWO
come on.
here.
What the fuck?
Jesus fucking Christ.
We might as well plug everybody, because yeah, we have to. We fucking plug everybody.
WNA has a question. One question, why does your show suck? I don't know why your show sucks. I don't know why.
Did they just come on our show right now?
I don't know why WNA is asking why their show sucks.
I didn't mean it like that.
So why does their show suck, Fred?
WNA?
Yes.
Their show sucks
because it's missing
the Wrestling Nerds Alliance, and they don't want to talk about wrestling, and they want to bleep out faggot and retarded.
PW Universe wants to know who will take the title off of Jinder at WrestleMania. I've said this for a couple of weeks now. It's John Cena.
AJ Styles. I will
unless
bet,
it's AJ.
I will
it's AJ
bet
Tuesday.
My next child that I come inside the belly button.
God damn it, dude! Can we stay on topic?
But my dick
no!
My dick...
No!
My dick...
No!
My...
No!
My Johnson...
Fucking goddamn it.
Can only fit in the belly button. Perfectly.
How many titles will... Craig, want a new co-host? Yes, please.
No!
Please.
No! Unless you want to listen to the quarter century, man.
Ty Dillinger, Quarters. I just answered who eventually topples Jinder. It's gonna be Cena or possibly AJ this Tuesday.
No,
one of the two of them.
AJ.
Who do you think will
I'm
end
releasing
Oscar's
a new
streak?
episode of the Quarter Century Man next week.
Who
about sex, by the way.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be fun. Oh, by the way, you're doing a new episode with me after the show. So
what are we doing?
We're talking about children.
What?
We're talking about...
Dude, that's so out of context. Sounds so weird.
We're talking about raising a child.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Who ends Fred's ass virginity? Who asked that question? I missed that.
Wait, what the fuck? Ronda Rousey, too? I'm too drunk to understand what's happening.
Who will take the title from Jinder? I'm not answering that question a third fucking time. Gimmick Table will take it. That's right. Gimmick Table will win the title.
But why would I stick my penis inside...
Oh, Gimmick Table asked the question.
Why would I stick my penis inside an area where a girl pees? Because, like, if she pees, then, like...
She doesn't pee out of her asshole.
But then her pee, like, sticks out, and then my pee... Like, then my penis...
Fred, you got the whole fucking anatomy down completely wrong.
Like, I like to bite...
Wait, I missed a question. Rob, I missed your question, sorry.
They're all here?
We got the whole fucking show here, man.
Dude, okay, Wrestling Nerds Alliance... Fuck you guys.
Yes, I want a new co-host. Yes.
Who?
Anyone.
Are you serious?
Help, please. All right, guys, we should...
No, Craig, I love you.
I'm going to start...
Craig, no. Listen to this and accept it in your life. I fucking love your ass. I just fucking love your ass. There's no other ass I would love besides yours. So you're my friend.
Don't touch me, bro.
Don't touch my shoulder.
Stop touching my shoulder. Alright, guys. Thanks. Let's plug our PWL brothers here. We got the... you guys should check out our podcast World Order.
Podcast World Order.
You should check out all of our buddies in the show. First, let's start off with...
The losers, the
Wrestling Nerds Alliance, at WNA Podcast on Twitter. You can also follow the Gimmick Table, which has joined us here on Periscope.
Yeah, man.
At Gimmick _ Periscope.
At You're a fucking idiot.
Gimmick _ Table on Twitter. We also have S Marks the Spot, which I believe we lost in the last couple of minutes.
S Marks the Spot.
On Twitter, and you can also follow Raw is Boar on Twitter.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You can follow our Australian bros at The Brocast with a K.
With a K!
On Twitter.
The only thing I learned, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, is that from those fucking assholes, WNA, is that the Australians don't use a C.
Right,
you said if you want to say, suck my cock,
you said this already.
Okay.
Can I just finish this?
Sure.
Can I finish this? Guys, you can find all of our links to... If you ever miss one of our shows, you can find us on Google Play, we're on iTunes, we're on Podomatic, for the time being. We're on Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio. You can catch our videos. You can catch the recaps on Facebook Live. You can catch it on Periscope and YouTube.
And, of course, Instagram, which is like the best original content there is.
You can follow us on Facebook at Wretched Wrestling. You can follow us on Twitter at Wretched Wrestle. And you can check out the brand new WretchedWrestling.com, where we have slowly but surely adding most of our old episodes as well. So if you really want to go back to the beginning, I don't know why the fuck you would want to.
Ooh, don't.
I don't recommend it. The show has changed so much for the better.
It's fucking
as
terrible.
Much as this seems like it's gone for the worst.
Exactly.
The worst.
The worst.
It's much better now.
I mean, if you don't want to watch a show with Islander fucking jerseys, fucking don't watch. I mean, watch the other show.
All right, I'm tired of you, JCV. Do you want to get blocked? Do you want to stop talking
shit,
bro?
Thank you.
No, he was participating.
Listen, we have Mr. PWO. We have the Gimmick Table. We have those fucking Wrestling Nerds Alliance. And we have somebody else.
I don't know who the cat emoji is. Who's the cat emoji?
Who's cat?
Let's see. DX11229.
We talked a lot of shit about you, Rob and Cliff. And I don't want to wait till next week to fucking hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I know you're going to edit your episode and you're going to bleep your fucking words because, God forbid, you said the fucking word faggot and retarded. Well, guess what? You guys are faggots. And we're not going to fucking censor that.
Whoa. All right.
I'm a little drunk. I'm very drunk, actually. Sorry.
All right, we're approaching the hour and 30 mark here, so I think it's time to wrap it up.
I didn't mean to do that.
Thank you.
I love gay people.
Thank you, everyone who has tuned in this week. We had a lot of fucking people to talk about this week.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Stop touching my shoulder, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because, I say, a lot of things. I just want to make sure that everybody knew that, that I am, great. So, you know.
Your steak?
I'm not steak, but like I'm straight.
Oh, man. I'm not holding it together. I'm so done. I'm so done.
I trust you. We're going to do an episode of Quarter Century Man after this.
Thank you guys for... Are we really doing that?
We are.
It's fucking 1:30 in the morning.
Come on. Be my bro.
It's fucking... I don't want to record another show after this.
It's 20 minutes. Jesus. Please. Do it for me.
I don't want to do another show.
Please. I promise.
Oh, my God.
It won't be weird. It'll be different.
JCB wants to know how often we're on. We're on every Friday night here on Periscope and Facebook Live.
You asshole!
Don't
even follow us.
He's threatening to not follow us.
Don't follow us
because
I don't like you already. Because fuck you.
No, come on. We have like 5 minutes.
Fucking fuck you, dude. I'm done. I quit this podcast. So let's get out of here.
Oh, thank God! I'm gonna finally talk about what I want to talk about.
So I can't wait to fucking bang some belly buttons.
Bye, guys. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out.
You didn't even explain the anatomy of, like, this shit and whatever. Fucking whatever, dude. Like, do we do any plugs? Of our own? Follow us on Twitter at
I did all of that.
Alright, guys. Like, I'm drunk and shit, but, like, I love you guys, and, like, you know, like I will fucking, like, make out with you guys. The girls only. Oh, by the way, our Women Crush Wednesday.
Oh, goddamn.
Real professional. Fuck you! Our Women Crush Wednesday goes to food porn. At Let Test Pick, and their username is food porn. So that's our Women Crush Wednesday, and our Monday Crush Man.
Oh my God! Just fucking end the show.
I'm sorry. Is Mike Pence face. So good night, everybody. We love wrestling.
Fucking Christ. Stop kissing the mic.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.